Entering the cage first, fighting in the blue corner. And Chris Schommer is standing 6 feet even. His weight 215 pounds. As an amateur, his record stands 2 victories and no defeats. Hailing from Anaheim, California, here is the undefeated Robert Pelayo.
2 wins, no losses, and a nickname right out of a 1970s Batman episode, Kapow!
We've had the opportunity to call Kapow's fights before, Ron, if you remember, and
I do.
I tell you what, there was only one guy from that card I remember vividly, and that is Kapow. And you will find out in about 3 minutes why I remember Kapow. It ain't pretty, it ain't technical, but you will remember it. I don't care how much MMA you've seen, I don't care how much you're drinking right now, you will remember Kapow after this fight.
Kapow says everything about him as a person is good. He said he trains underwater sometimes, so part of the time he's Kapow, part of the time he's Kerplunk.
Well, I hope he can float because I want to see this guy fight more and more.
He said he fights because he's mad, he says, but in actuality, if you get a chance, I got to see him at the weigh-ins. Him and his opponent, I believe, are friends, and he really genuinely seems like a really super nice guy.
Well, when that cage door closes, it must snap something in his brain. Because I don't want to hype up this guy too much. I already have a lot. But there is, whatever screw is loose in his head, I am so glad it is. Because it is so fun to watch him once that cage door closes.
Yeah, Kapow is a pressure fighter. He will be stalking the Buffalo, Chris Schommer, like Jason Voorhees in a Friday the 13th movie. He'll be moving at him slow, steadily, and non-stop. He's a colorful and entertaining personality, and I think fans are going to dig it.
A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist and kickboxer standing 6 feet 1 inch tall. He too weighed in 215 pounds and also stands perfect as an amateur. 2 victories and no defeats. From Chadron, Nebraska, here is Chris the Buffalo Schommer!
The Buffalo, Chris Schommer, undefeated in his amateur debuts so far, 2-0. Anything odd about you as a person? He says, you mean is there anything normal? No. No, there is not. He got started training in the USMC, United States Marine Corps, people.
Not a bad place to start.
Why do you fight? He says, because I can't run fast.
Good alternative then.
This fight,
small little cage.
If this fight ended up in a draw, they could decide it on a personality contest.
That would probably still be a draw.
Yeah, probably. And from what I understand, these guys are friends. They have at least the impression I got at the weigh-ins yesterday. At the very least, they were very, very cool with each other.
And Schommer's a very good jiu-jitsu practitioner for a guy his size. You don't see guys able to snag submissions as well as Schommer is a purple belt Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I hope that doesn't stifle Kapow's whirlwind of offense, let's call it.
Yeah, the tale of this fight could very well be if Schommer starts fast and goes at Kapow fast, this thing could be over fast.
If Kapow can kind of overwhelm him with his Kapowishness, let's call it, that could kind of throw Schommer off his game, who I believe is going to go right for the takedown, go right for the submission on Kapow.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's going to run right through him and attempt to get him out of there fast. But we'll see. I mean, if Kapow's got takedown defense that we haven't seen before, if he has the resiliency, he's got the heart. This could be a sizable and a nice 3-round battle. Heavyweights, amateur mixed martial artists. And as we await this bout getting underway, we see the janitor. No, not the guy who cleans up the casino. The guy who cleans up the octagon, Vladimir Medashenko. great athlete in the sport of mixed martial arts, someone who's given a lot, put a lot into this sport.
He has been around a long time. He has fought everywhere.
Very cool guy to talk to.
Very good member of the MMA fighter fraternity.
And getting this bout started in a moment. An honor to work with, too, the very, very talented ring announcer, Joe Martinez.
And we are set to go. 3 rounds, 2 minutes. Heavyweights, 2 undefeated warriors.
And they touch gloves. Chris Schommer in the red. Robert Pelayo in the blue.
In the white buffalo. Chris Schommer in the red. I see some interesting jabbing technique by Kapow.
Already Kapow far less active than he was in his entire last fight that we called.
Yes, less active is Kapow than the last time we called a fight of his, but I'm going to...
He had already thrown 30 punches by the time, at this point of his last fight.
I'm going to spin it into a positive, though, because I think he was so uncontrolled and unbridled in that fight. He seems that somebody has calmed him down a little bit in training.
Which is a shame.
It's a shame.
And there's that takedown we talked about, and Kapow trying to reverse it.
Now he's back.
Schommer
getting the hooks in. Man, when a guy that big gets his hooks in and takes you back,
that'll suck the energy right out of you.
Yeah, I'm tired of watching it, I'll be honest. Schommer is a big dude, white buffalo with a buffalo.
Big dude with skill, that's the dangerous combination.
Yeah. Looking to get a rear naked choke.
Kapow doing a good job controlling the hands of Schommer. Not letting him get the choke, not letting him get that forearm around his neck. Punches by Schommer, trying to soften him up. The last one landed pretty flush.
Yeah, great technique by Schommer. Trying to pepper up Kapow. Pelayo gets out of this
position
round.
here. Nope, Schommer able to maintain position. Now in the mount, dropping punches on Kapow. Kapow staying active. Now he's back, giving up his back. Schommer a little high.
10 seconds left in the round. Kapow is going to hang on.
Armbar attempt by Schommer in the last few seconds. Can he get it?
Won't be enough time. Look at Kapow shaking his head. That's why you got to love the guy.
Good round by Schommer, exactly what we predicted. Clinch up, get that takedown, work your purple belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, got position and kept it. Good round for Chris the Buffalo Schommer.
The biggest challenge for Schommer in this fight may very well be trying to get Kapow out of the fight. Like I said before, like Jason Voorhees, he's just undaunted. He'll keep coming, and he's very, very difficult to submit and get out of the fight. And the other fight of his that we called, even when he got caught shots, even when he was in trouble, the one thing the guy does not know is quitting.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, we've seen him go through hell and back at times, it seems, and then now he's able to get out of the submissions of Schommer, a big guy who had position for a good long time.
I like seeing that he evolved a little bit. He's a little bit more controlled, and he defended himself on the ground, not getting submitted.
That wilder style of Kapow is a lot more pleasing to the eye, a lot more fun to watch, but this calm, more collected Kapow is keeping him in the fight against a guy who had him in a very tough position.
Yeah, and you get the impression that in some fights that wild, crazy Kapow might be entertaining if he's got someone who's willing to go in there and trade them and not care. We have officials cage side.
Not sure what the issue is here. What are they looking at? The cut?
Medical people now checking out Kapow.
And he's good. Dr. Lazo continue.
The guy fought one round so far, him and Schommer, one round, and when the crowd saw they were letting the fight continue, they cheered.
No one wants to see a fight stop by the cut. Yeah. The only guys maybe is the guy who caused the cut and his cornerman.
You got heavyweights too. And there's some kapowing by Kapow.
And it cost him, you were right.
Schommer shot right into those shots. He timed it and came in.
Schommer now with a side mount. Kapow kind of holding on to a front headlock here. Just trying to delay the inevitable, this position.
Now in side control is Schommer.
He's going for possibly a Darce choke here. Or kind of like a reverse anaconda choke. Trying to use your forearm to cut the carotid artery on one side of the neck and using your opponent's arm to cut off his own carotid artery on the other. Let's see if he can get it here. And that's it, he taps out.
Wow.
Submission win by Chris Schommer.
And the Buffalo, Chris Schommer, submits him.
Ladies and gentlemen, 15 seconds. Round number 2, tap out due to arm triangle for your winner and still undefeated, Chris the Buffalo Schommer!
3-0 as an amateur now, just the first submission of the night here at Bama USA, concluding the amateur part of our program. Ron the Yakman Yakovetti is in there. We'll be talking to Chris Schommer momentarily, but great submission right there. Way to set it up. It was almost like a reverse anaconda Darce type of situation. Hopefully the Yakman will ask him exactly what he called it, because I'm kind of curious what he calls that move.
All right, in the middle of the cage, the Buffalo, Chris Schommer, congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk to us, there was a debate on whether that was a reverse anaconda or a Darce. How do you label the choke?
That would be a Darce, arm in, triangle, whatever. It's actually a modified guillotine side mount with the arm in. A lot of times I get that from side mount. They roll on the side to protect the arm bar and I can go for it.
Did you get the impression from the beginning of the fight that being on the ground with you was not what he wanted?
He's a good fighter. Hats off to him. He made me sweat, made me breathe hard. Got on my side and his. I just came out with it.
You came in undefeated, you leave undefeated. How important was that to you?
I can't put a value on it. Thanks to all my friends, family, my brother, Star Off Machine, Greg Tuthill funds all of my expenses. Thanks to the band, they got a brand new CD coming out. Best sponsors in the world. Go Broncos.
Well, congratulations. You leave with the same family, but I bet you're leaving tonight with more friends. Great performance. Look forward to seeing you again, sir. The Buffalo, Chris Schommer. Let him hear it.